Okay, so for November camp, you'll be responsible for beginning Chapter 5, which is about polynomials and polynomial functions. And I'm going to ask you to do the first 4 sections. And this is a lot about practice, practice, practice. And in particular, how to deal with exponents. So I'm going to ask you to do practice from 5.1a, 5.1b, and 5.1c. Now, in particular, you're going to need to be your own coach. If you find that the more because everybody has a different foundation and might be able to move a little quicker. So if you find that problems from B and or C are less accessible, then do more from part A. So again, be your own coach. So this should be kind of review. This next one, evaluate and graph polynomials. Yes, we'll definitely be evaluating. You'll learn 2 ways to evaluate: direct substitution and synthetic substitution. And then in terms of graphing polynomials, what we're really going to start with is how to sketch what we call end behavior and how to note that. What's the proper notation for end behavior? And again, there'll be an A and a B practice. And then 5.3, again, will be fairly familiar to you, just adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. Adding and subtracting just has to do with like terms. Multiplying polynomials, a lot of you will remember FOIL, which is really just a particular order to do the distributive property. So it's a lot about doing the distributive property. And then finally, 5.4 is factoring and solving polynomials. And again, a lot of you will remember how to factor, or at least it'll look familiar. This has a lot to do, again, with the greatest common factor. But we're probably going to introduce this idea of cubes. There's special patterns when we have cubes. And again, practices A and B. But I will once again remind you that you have to be your own coach. So if you find the problems in the practice B more difficult or inaccessible, then just do more from part A. So that's the introduction. I'm asking you to do 4 sections. November camp's only 2 weeks long. You don't really have much of a break after. So practice, practice, practice.